Welcome back to the Dreamworthy Destinations podcast. I'm your host, Sierra Dizer, a luxury travel advisor dedicated to helping make your travel dreams a reality. And today, we're going to be talking about how to enhance your European vacation with a river cruise extension through a pre-cruise stay, a post-cruise stay, or even both. Because Europe isn't simply a destination that you visit. Europe is a destination that you experience. It might be lingering over a glass of wine in a centuries-old square, or it's getting lost down a cobblestone street and discovering a hidden cafe. It's watching the sun rise over castle spires or hearing church bells echo through a city that has existed for hundreds of years. And that is exactly why so many experienced travelers choose to add a river cruise extension before or after their sailing. While river cruises are one of the most immersive ways to experience Europe, a few extra days on land can transform what's already an incredible vacation into an unforgettable one. So instead of flying across the ocean and immediately boarding your river cruise ship, imagine arriving early and allowing yourself time to adjust, explore, and truly settle into the destination. Or perhaps after your cruise ends, you can stay a little longer, soaking up every last moment before you have to return home. These pre- and post-cruise extensions allow you to experience Europe at a different pace, one that encourages deeper exploration, meaningful connections, and unforgettable memories. So as I mentioned, I do think that river cruising is one of Europe's most immersive ways to travel. But before we talk about the cities that bookend your voyage, I think it's worth taking some time to understand why river cruising itself is such an exceptional platform for experiencing Europe, because the case is even stronger than a lot of first-time cruisers realize. Unlike an ocean cruise, where your ship can be the destination and the ports are almost incidental, a river cruise is built entirely around the places that it visits. These river cruise ships are small and intimate, and most average somewhere between 100 and 160 guests, which means that you get to dock in the heart of each and every city that you visit, and you're often just steps away from the main square. You get to unpack once and wake up somewhere entirely new each morning. And then, between ports, Europe unfolds right outside your window in a way that no train, airplane, or tour bus can replicate. You'll experience vineyard-terraced hillsides, medieval castle ruins reflected in the still water, and centuries-old monasteries that are perched on cliff tops above the river. The scenery is the journey. And the pace of a river cruise is also fundamentally different because you're not rushing between hotels or hauling your luggage across train stations. The ship truly is your home base. It's elegant, unhurried, and always exactly where you left it. Your mornings ashore are full and purposeful, and the evenings back on board are relaxed and social. It's an extraordinarily efficient way to experience multiple countries and cultures without ever feeling frantic. And then there's the depth of the itinerary. River cruise lines have spent decades cultivating relationships with local guides, artisans, musicians, and even families in every port that they visit. The experiences that river cruises offer on shore, like a wine tasting in a private cellar, or a cooking class in a local home, or even a concert in a centuries-old cathedral, aren't available to independent travelers. They're curated, exclusive, and often the highlight of your entire trip. Adding a land extension to either end of that experience, and you've transformed a great vacation into a genuinely life-changing journey. So if you're wondering why you should consider a river cruise extension, one of the most common things that I hear from river cruise travelers is that they wish they had more time. More time to explore, more time to wander, and more time to sit in that beautiful city and simply enjoy being there. A river cruise introduces you to incredible destinations throughout Europe, but these extensions will allow you to dive deeper into some of the continent's most fascinating cities. And it can also help reduce travel stress, because arriving a few days before your cruise can provide peace of mind in the event of any unexpected flight delays, while it also helps you to adjust to the time change before your vacation officially begins. Likewise, staying after your cruise allows you to avoid rushing straight to the airport and gives you the opportunity to end your journey on a high note. So up first, let's talk about Budapest. It's the perfect beginning to your Danube adventure. There are few cities that make a stronger impression than Budapest. Divided by the Danube River into Buda and Pest, Hungary's capital is often considered one of Europe's most beautiful cities. Imagine arriving 2 nights early in Budapest, Hungary's crown jewel. Before the ship has even cast off, your trip has already begun delivering on its promise. Budapest is one of Europe's most dramatically beautiful capitals, a city that somehow manages to be grand and gritty, romantic and electric, all at once. It sits divided by the Danube itself, with hilly, historic Buda on one side and flat, energetic Pest on the other, connected by some of the most iconic bridges in the world. History breathes through every stone of the Buda Castle, where sweeping panoramas of the Parliament building, the Chain Bridge, and the entire Pest skyline await. Just below the castle, Fisherman's Bastion offers some of the most photographed views in all of Central Europe. What's especially magical at sunrise, before the crowds arrive. Matthias Church, with its geometric tiled roof and soaring Gothic interior, is one of those buildings that genuinely stops you in your tracks. Cross over the river into Pest, and the city reveals a completely different personality. The Great Market Hall is Budapest's largest and most famous indoor market, combining local food, fresh produce, and traditional Hungarian specialties under one historic roof. You'll find stalls selling paprika, sausages, pastries, and handmade souvenirs, while the upper level offers classic Hungarian street food. It's one of the most authentic sensory experiences that the city offers, and a perfect place to stock up on gifts before boarding. The city sits on natural hot springs, and the thermal bath culture is a big part of local life. The Széchenyi Baths are one of Europe's largest thermal bath complexes, famous for their outdoor pools, neo-Baroque architecture, and lively atmosphere. They're especially popular in winter when steam rises above the warm water. A morning soak here is quintessential Budapest experience, and a deeply restorative way to begin any journey. As evening falls, Budapest comes alive in ways that few European cities can match. The illuminated Chain Bridge, the Hungarian Parliament glowing gold above the river, and the ruined bars of the Jewish Quarter. Simplakert is one of Budapest's oldest and most popular ruined bars, known for its friendly atmosphere and free live concerts. Located in the Jewish Quarter, it's eccentric, vibrant, and completely unlike anything else in Europe. Conclude your evening with a walk along the Danube promenade, and you'll understand immediately why 2 nights here is the right call, and why you just might wish that you had 3. Many travelers tell me that Budapest becomes one of their favorite cities in all of Europe, and having some extra time here allows you to understand why. Up next, we have Lisbon, which is a soulful start to the Douro River. Before sailing through Portugal's breathtaking Douro Valley, Lisbon offers the perfect introduction to Portuguese culture. The city feels effortlessly charming. Colorful tiled buildings line steep hillsides, historic yellow trams climb narrow streets, and the scent of fresh pastries drifts from local bakeries. If you're embarking on Ama Waterway's enticing Douro itinerary, Lisbon offers a 3-night stay before your Portuguese adventure that is almost essential. The Douro River is one of Europe's most spectacular. It's a winding, terraced landscape of port wine quintas and ancient hilltop villages. But Lisbon is its own magnificent reward, and arriving here before boarding gives you the chance to settle into Portugal's soul before the river reveals her interior. You can lose yourself in the Alfama district's winding cobblestone streets, where laundry drapes between pastel-painted buildings and the air carries the melancholic sound of fado drifting from open doorways. This traditional Portuguese music, which is both hauntingly beautiful and full of longing and love, is listed as a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage. Hearing it live in a small Alfama restaurant is an experience that resonates long after you've left. The São Jorge Castle crowns the hilltop above Alfama and provides panoramic views across the city's 7 hills, the terracotta rooftops, and the wide blue sweep of the Tagus estuary that will etch themselves into your memory. You can watch the sunset over the Tagus River as locals gather to enjoy one of Europe's most relaxed and welcoming cities. Tram 28, winding through the city's oldest neighborhoods, is both a practical transportation option and also a charming piece of living history. Indulge in the city's famous pastéis de nata, those impossibly good custard tarts with caramelized tops, best eaten warm from the oven at the original Pastéis de Belém bakery, which has been making them to the same recipe since 1837. The Belém district also houses the magnificent Hieronymus Monastery and the Tower of Belém, which are 2 of Portugal's greatest architectural treasures and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 3 nights in Lisbon gives you time to do it all without rushing, and to arrive at the Douro feeling genuinely ready for what's to come. Lisbon isn't just a destination. It will set the tone for your entire Portuguese experience. Then we have Nice, France, which extends the magic of southern France. And after sailing through Burgundy and Provence, many travelers aren't quite ready for the European adventure to end, and that's where Nice comes in. Situated along the French Riviera, Nice offers a completely different perspective on France. If the river has immersed you in Burgundy's rolling vineyards and Provence's lavender fields, Nice delivers a glorious sensory conclusion with warm golden light, the shimmer of the Mediterranean, the scent of sunscreen and fresh flowers, and a cuisine that feels like the happiest possible marriage of French and Italian. You can wander through the Cour Soleil flower and food market in the morning, where the colors alone feel like a painting with towering arrangements of mimosa, roses, and lavender alongside stalls piled with olives, cheese, sake, and ratatouille. The Old Town is one of the finest preserved examples of Baroque Italian architecture in France, with its narrow alleyways painted in amber, sienna, and rose, opening suddenly onto sun-drenched squares with outdoor cafes where you can sit for hours over a glass of rosé and watch the world drift by. The Promenade des Anglais runs the length of Nice's legendary beachfront. This 5-kilometer sweep of palm trees, Belle Epoque hotels, and the impossibly blue sea is the perfect spot for a stroll or a morning bike ride. It is one of the most effortlessly pleasurable things that you can do in Europe. From Nice, the entire French Riviera is at your fingertips. Monaco is only 20 minutes by train. Eze's clifftop village is a short taxi ride, and Cannes and Antibes are equally accessible for day trips. It is the ideal place to let the French Riviera's warm glow envelop you before your journey home. The Mediterranean pace encourages you to slow down, to linger, and to savor, which is often exactly what you need before returning home. Then we have Prague, which is a fairy tale ending, because some cities feel like they belong in a storybook. And if you haven't been, Prague is one of them. After a Danube river cruise, Prague provides one of Europe's most enchanting post-cruise experiences. It is a city that is so somatically beautiful that first-time visitors often feel as though they've stepped inside of a film set. Gothic spires, Baroque domes, and Renaissance facades line the banks of the Vltava River in an almost unbroken procession of architectural perfection. Prague is an ideal extension for history enthusiasts, pairing beautifully with Vienna's imperial sites on the Blue Danube Discover itinerary. You can watch the sunrise at the Charles Bridge before the crowds arrive in the early morning mist, with the castle reflected in the water below, and you'll understand why Prague consistently ranks among the world's most beautiful cities. Marvel at the old town's extraordinary astronomical clock, which has been marking the hour since 1410 and still draws crowds for its hourly mechanical procession of figures. The Old Town Square, which is ringed by Gothic and Baroque landmarks, is one of those rare places where every direction that you look is even more beautiful than the last. If you have time, you should also explore Prague Castle, which is the largest ancient castle complex in the world. Prague's food and drink scene has matured enormously in recent years. The famous Czech beers are toasted in a lively old-world beer hall where long communal tables and half-liter tanks are the rule. The city now offers a genuinely exciting restaurant culture, from Michelin-recognized fine dining to brilliant modern Czech cuisine that celebrates the country's remarkable larder of game, freshwater fish, forest mushrooms, and fruit. 2 nights here feels pretty luxurious, but 3 would be even better. Prague has a way of capturing your imagination and making it the perfect final chapter to a European river cruise. But as I mentioned, there is value in slowing down. And one of the reasons that I love recommending a river cruise extension is because it encourages you to experience Europe differently. Many vacations focus on seeing as much as you possibly can, but some of the most memorable travel moments happen when nothing is scheduled. It might be sitting in a cafe watching the daily life unfold around you. It's discovering a hidden bookstore, having an unexpected conversation with a local, or finding your favorite meal in a restaurant you just happened to stumble upon by accident. Extensions create space for those moments, and often they become the stories that you're most likely to remember. AMA Waterways has long understood the value of extending the journey, and I've found that the most satisfied guests are those whose entire journey, and not just their time on board, is seamlessly planned and genuinely exceptional. A thoughtfully designed pre- and post-cruise land package allows you to seamlessly combine guided sightseeing, premium accommodations, and independent exploration. You can enjoy centrally located hotels, professional tour guides, and carefully curated experiences that remove the stress of planning while also preserving your freedom to discover destinations at your own pace. The result is a travel experience that feels effortless, enriching, and deeply rewarding. AMA Waterways has even expanded their land-based offerings with a growing range of city escape-style add-ons in major capitals that are particularly popular on the Danube and Rhone itineraries. It responds to a segment of the market that values the security of a packaged product while also still looking for authentic local experiences. And for first-time visitors to Central or Western Europe, this can be invaluable. You receive premium accommodations, expertly crafted guided excursions, seamless transfers to and from your ship, and the freedom to explore independently when your spirit moves you. AMA Waterways passengers can even book the Mandarin Oriental luxury pre- and post-cruise experiences in select European cities, which include Barcelona, Geneva, Zurich, Madrid, Paris, Prague, Vienna, Amsterdam, and Budapest. This partnership brings together two of the travel world's most respected names and delivers an accommodation standard that matches the quality of the river cruise experience itself. AMA Waterways even offers a build-your-own combination cruise feature that allows you to create a personalized cruise combination with a discount on each consecutive sailing, which means that if you want to pair a Danube sailing with a Rhine itinerary, or extend your journey even further east, the savings are already built in. Grand River cruises of 14 nights or more will combine two popular 7-night routes into one continuous adventure, with the transfers between the rivers even handled for you. So for the right traveler, the question isn't whether to add a land extension, it's how much time you can give it. So now I have a few practical tips for planning your river cruise extension. First, always book early. The most popular departures, such as the Christmas market sailings or cherry blossom season on the Danube, and even the summer peak weeks, all tend to sell out a year or more in advance. And land package availability seems to be right on par with cruise availability, so early action is rewarded. Secondly, if you can give yourself at least 2 nights in any pre- or post-cruise city. 1 night is more of a layover, but 2 nights is the beginning of an experience. But if you can do 3 nights, especially in a city like Budapest or Prague, it will start to feel like a proper stay. Thirdly, don't underestimate the jet lag factor. Arriving in Budapest 2 days before your cruise doesn't just give you sightseeing time, it also gives your body time to adjust before the ship departs. You'll be far more present, energized, and ready to absorb everything your cruise has to offer if you're not fighting exhaustion on the first day. Fourthly, try to pack light, but also pack smart. River cruising is casual by ocean cruise standards, which means that smart casual for dinners, comfortable walking shoes for shore days, and layers for the variable weather of Central and Northern Europe. A fold flat day bag, a portable umbrella, and a good pair of walking shoes are your 3 most important packing decisions. And lastly, take some time to talk with your travel advisor about what's included. Land package inclusions do vary. Some cover guided tours, others offer only accommodations and transfers. So knowing what's included versus optional ensures that there are no surprises and helps you plan your independent exploration time effectively. And as a reminder, there is so much value in working with a travel advisor. One of the most important decisions that you make isn't just choosing the river cruise. It's deciding how you can maximize your entire experience. And as a travel advisor specializing in river cruises and European travel, I help my clients determine which cities are worth extending, which hotels offer the best locations, and how you can create a seamless journey from beginning to end. A river cruise is more than a vacation. It's an opportunity to experience Europe in a meaningful way. And sometimes the most unforgettable moments happen before you ever board your ship or long after you've stepped off. So are you ready to experience more of Europe? If you're planning a European river cruise, don't overlook the value of arriving early or staying a little longer. Whether you're dreaming of Budapest, Lisbon, Nice, Prague, or another incredible destination, I would love to help you create a journey that goes beyond the itinerary and allows you to experience Europe more deeply. Visit dreamworthydestinations.com today to schedule your complimentary consultation, and let's design a river cruise vacation that is filled with meaningful moments, hidden gems, and memories that you'll cherish for years to come. Thank you for embarking on yet another enchanting journey with me on the Dreamworthy Destinations podcast. I hope today's episode sparked your wanderlust and drew your travel dreams a little bit closer to reality. If my travel tales have inspired you today, please don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Your support means the world to me, and so do your reviews. Please share your thoughts and let me know what adventures you're dreaming about next. You can also dive deeper into the world of unparalleled luxury travel by joining my community on social media. Please join my Facebook group, Dreamworthy Destinations, so you never miss an update or a travel tip from the trails that we wander. If you're ready to make your travel dreams come true, you can also schedule a complimentary consultation with me to start planning your next unforgettable getaway. You can visit dreamworthydestinations.com to book your session today. A big heartfelt thank you to each and every one of our listeners. Your passion for exploration keeps Dreamworthy Destinations alive and thriving. Because of you, I continue my mission to turn travel dreams into breathtaking realities. Until our paths cross again, remember, imagine, explore, indulge. May your week unfold with the promise of adventures waiting just beyond the horizon. Keep dreaming and keep exploring, fellow wanderers.